Hey everyone, Dev here again. Good news for Trent Boult, New Zealand pace bowler. He's just sold for $1.04 million in the IPL auction. So as a bit of a congratulations, Trent, I've decided to show you 3 videos of me, devastated, doing some bowler attacks. So if we take a look at the army composition here, typically I use 10 bowlers with a pecker, and I'll also have 4 healers for a queen walk, 2 rages, 2 jumps, 1 freeze and a poison. And of course in my CC I typically take a golem and a giant, and my heroes at 39 and 40 respectively. So first I'm going to show you an attack that didn't go so well. I mean, it was alright, but it wasn't the best. So with this one here, with your bowlers, sometimes you've got to make sure, just like Valkyries, you get the funnel right. And like Valkyries, they will lock on to the nearest target and often be pulled off course. This base I thought would be okay. If you were to funnel through this area in here and through here, you should be able to drive in through this direction with your bowlers to end up creating a wedge to go through here. The good thing about bowlers is that they do have a bit of reach, so the theory was if I could get to this point I should be able to hit the dark component from there. So I started off this side with a queen walk, and then down a bit lower used some giants. Now I didn't do a very good recon. I tried to use some wall breakers here, then they're going straight through that gap in the wall. Yeah, very sensible of me. But the funnel seems to be forming well-ish. Okay, unfortunately the pecker didn't go the way I wanted it to. I wanted to follow the giants in, so again, poor funnel. Jump spell to get over those 2 walls, which was always in the plan. Not in the plan was the queen coming with them. And then the bowlers have split, which is not where you want to be. Just like Valks, you want to keep them together as a group. They're much more effective under rage. And you can see here that those bowlers are quite fragile, dying quite horrible deaths to the Expo and the King there. I managed to jump my meat shield into the middle there, but there was no actual force behind it, so essentially a wasted jump there. Rage on the queen to try and salvage something out of this raid. But you can see that the ring base doesn't really like, sorry, I beg your pardon, bowlers don't really like attacking a ring base from a corner. Generally you should attack a ring base from the side. So you can see down there the Inferno and the Tesla and the King finishing off the Golem. Pekka still going strong. You're alright, keep your mind out of the gutter please. But all in all, not a very successful raid in terms of the stars. I might have made a bit of dark on there, and with the bonus, yeah, a little bit of pink. So there's what can possibly go wrong. And now show you some attacks that I feel were quite successful. Obviously the stars are there, but in terms of why they were successful. Take a look at this base here. All right, if your goal is to get to the town hall for that immediate star, okay, you might be fooled into thinking to attack from this direction here. My advice is don't. Not even with bowlers, not even with Valkyries. Okay, they're going to scatter and they're going to be picked off one by one by these high-level expos with the Infernos there to block the heat, block the healing, and of course some cannons and splash damage. The way to do it with bowlers is to try and keep them nice and tight in a pack, and when I do this I look for sections like this and sections like this. If I can clear everything around here and around here, I like to go through sections here in the middle and then take out these, essentially the backdoor approach. So I start off with the queen up here, and then on this side meat shield and wizards. Some thought as to using some baby dragons instead of wizards and giants there. CC come out, always watching that. Poison and poison, get rid of those ASAP. Now I've got a nice clear pathway. In with the meat shield, jump spell to get over that wall. Deploy all of the bowlers here. Just in case you're wondering why I include a pecker in there, it's basically a king when my king isn't up. It's a good meat shield, and it actually does some severe damage when under rage, which is what you want. You want it to take some hits, you want it to take the heat off the bowlers, who you can see are now charging through. Fortunately for me, those two Infernos were easily covered by one freeze spell, which is a rookie mistake when designing bases, by the way, kids. Queen has now done her job and is coming around the outside on that eastern flank. Bowlers still going strong, jumping over that wall, using their range to take out some buildings. Pekka still acting as a meat shield. Golem, okay, distracting, taking the head of that archer tower. But you can see with going in that backdoor approach, when the armies meet up, the Queen and the bowlers, the job gets done. Now the healers have done a great job here. The Pekka's almost out of health. Not intentional, but the healers have managed to lock on to there and keep it in the fight a bit longer. And all I've got left to do here is just think of the ways I'm going to spend my loot. Okay. Now the third one that I'm going to show is a very common base design. So if you're struggling with that, you might want to take note. If not, don't care. And here is a fairly common Town Hall 10 base type design where you've got your Infernos and your Dark in the core there. You've got these little pods on the outside with the double wall. Essentially attacking one of these bases, you're going to need to break these walls, and a jump spell won't quite get there unless, oh no, I've never been able to, I'm not that good, but you might be able to have a go at that. Here I'm going to use this Queen to my advantage. I'm going to try and get her to draw the bowlers in from this flank here. My plan is to drive in with a nice big wedge of bowlers behind a Golem and a Pekka, take out these Infernos, which are on single. Single Infernos are a danger to bowlers because bowlers are very fragile. Fortunately though, some low level expos and other defenses around the outside mean that if I manage to break through what I consider to be the strongest point, which is in here with the freshest most amount of troops, I should be in business. So deploying a Queen to take out this pod, I want to try and funnel through the corner. Giants and Wizards go to town. And I drop a couple of Giants here. If I was to place some bombs or springs, they would most likely be there or on the corners, which is an inconvenience, to say the least, to my wall breakers, who for some reason went for that side wall, not the corner. Man, the AI has been whacked lately. So Golem, meat shield with the Pekka, and then a couple of Wizards at the back end as well, just to support the bowlers with their attempts here. So a jump spell to get the Golem in, and you can see here that the Pekka has been locked on by the other single Inferno. The rage spell here is very important. I'm trying really hard to drop those two Infernos. Okay, that's the reason for the double rage. Freezing off the one that is not likely to drop. Here I was hoping and praying that I would be able to drop that Inferno for a up again. Fortunately it locks onto the Golem. Okay, and then the Golem takes the heat, pardon the pun. Bowlers do their thing. Queen with a healer on her still has enough gas in the tank, speeding it up. It's all academic from here. So if you've never seen bowlers before, or if you're having a few issues with them, hopefully this has helped. Like I said, they can be quite fun. I used them because I was getting bored with Valks and also finding their unpredictable nature at times a little bit annoying. But these guys, they've sort of grown on me. I thought they were a bit goofy to start with. They looked a bit wacky. But I can tell you for certain, they're a hell of a lot more fun than miners. Thanks for watching.